Good afternoon, everybody. I am Vlad. This is the Burgundy Rainbow postgame show for Sunday, February 18th, 2018. The Colorado Avalanche welcoming in the visiting Edmonton Oilers. The Avalanche riding a 10-game winning streak here at Pepsi Center. One more would surpass the standing total and would become a new franchise record. But unfortunately, the Edmonton Oilers and Connor McDavid had other plans, as the Avalanche ended up losing to the Oilers, who played yesterday evening in Arizona. Final score today, 4-2. Let's get right to it. Nathan MacKinnon made his return to the lineup after missing 8 games with his shoulder injury. Nail Yakupov was out for tonight's lineup, but MacKinnon would not get the first goal. I know that may have been a little bit of a surprise to people, but that award actually went to Tyson Jost, who scored his 6th goal of the season on a high-rising shot that beat Cam Talbot over his glove, giving the Avalanche a 1-0 lead. And then that would be the score that the Avs would take to the first intermission. Second period, about shortly over halfway through, some dude by the name of Connor McDavid, you may have heard of him, he scored his 24th goal of the season to tie the game. And just about a minute or so after that took place, about 70 seconds to be precise, Alex Kerfoot decided that he would get in on the scoring fun. He scored his 15th goal of the season. Assists go to Anton Lindholm and Colin Wilson. Avs go up 2-1 at the end of 2. However, it was right towards the end of the second period that things started to unravel for the Avalanche, as Anton Lindholm, he of the primary assist on the Kerfoot goal, would head to the locker room after being rocked hard by one of the Oilers players. I believe it was Leon Draisaitl. Into the locker room he goes, and he is done for the game. Avalanche start the third period with 5 defensemen, and seconds after the third period started, they would play the rest of the game with 4 defensemen, as Eric Johnson did not finish the game due to injury as well. And after that, it was essentially the Connor McDavid show, as he would score his 25th goal of the season right before the halfway mark to retie the game. Ryan Strome would give the Oilers a lead shortly after, about 5 minutes later, and after Varley gets pulled with an empty net, Connor McDavid completes the hat trick for his 26th goal of the season, and that would be the final 4-2. The Oilers outshot the Avalanche by a total of 40-26. And while the Avs were hoping that the return of MacKinnon would give them a boost, unfortunately, a lot of bad habits that are starting to creep into some of the players' games are not going to be glossed over just by the return of number 29. There were some poor defensive plays that were made. There were mistakes to be made everywhere on both the part of the defensemen and part of the forwards. I specifically noticed Semyon Varlamov in goal. He did his part to keep the Avs in it, to be sure, but overcommitting on 2 of the 3 Oilers shots, Oilers opportunities that became goals. That you can't have that out of your starting goaltender. And even though the excuse me, even though the Avs played the rest of the period with the third period with 4 defensemen, that makes it even more of a responsibility for every player to tighten up and make sure that they're making the responsible play. And while they improved in the second period over the first, there was just not enough improvement to hold the Oilers in check, especially a team that has underperformed this season, played last night and lost to the Arizona Coyotes. This should have been a game that the Avalanche should have come out ready for. They should have had more jump in their game, and it's not there. It's just not there yet. So the Avs have some work to do, and they're going to have to figure out solutions as they head out onto the road for 3 more games. The three-game road trip begins in Vancouver on Tuesday. After that, they rematch with these very same Edmonton Oilers Thursday night at Rogers Place, and then they wrap it up Saturday afternoon, in Calgary. These are games that the Avalanche have to learn how to win, especially with the shot at the wild card on the line. I know that the improved play of the Avs this season is a breath of fresh air compared to how they played in the previous season, but you got to win your winnable games, and the Avalanche need to learn how to do that. So we'll see if they can start putting it together here on this 3-game road swing before coming home on the 26th. That's all I have right now. That's going to do it for this iteration of the Burgundy Rainbow postgame show. And for continuing conversation on today's contest, head to burgundyrainbow.com, go to the Burgundy Rainbow Discord and join the GDT channel, and continue to stay tuned to burgundyrainbow.com for continuing coverage on the Colorado Avalanche. I am Vlad. Until next time, let's go Avs!